Hello, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Just doing this really quickly before I start having to do some actual schoolwork, and I kind of want to go back on L-Sword. I want to level up my shit, and hopefully when I start it up again, it doesn't have to freaking update, because it always has to. I don't know what's the problem. Anyways, the deck that I've been playing most recently has been Evilswarm Rabbits. If you don't know anything about Evilswarm Rabbits, it's basically a rabbit deck with more emphasis on Evilswarm, and the fact that it emphasizes more on Evilswarms allows you to have more options. And there's also a great emphasis on the trap lineup as well. If you've seen other people's Evilswarm decks, Evilswarm Rabbit decks, not all of them have a huge trap lineup. Some people have tried to deviate from that, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of the trap, so that's my thing. I like the deck. It has like a lot of outs to a lot of things. It plays some really dirty cards that can hinder a lot of decks. For example, the main Macrocosmos. A lot of people have said before, "Oh, Macrocosmos isn't going to be that great this format." At the start of this format, I played the deck, and I think I went in about four to five different Dark World matches, and it was only because I was maining Macrocosmos did I come out on top. Another thing to use against Dark World, for example, would be Ophion, but Ophion only works to an extent. Like, Ophion prevents special summoning of Gold, Silva, and Grapha from your grave, and monster reborning high-leveled stuff. But for the most part, it's really not that good against them. Just because Grapha can just shit all over it. Dark Hole can happen. A bunch of things can happen to Ophion, so it works to some extent. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just still pretty much working on the deck. It plays like a lot of nutty stuff. And the fact that there's so much emphasis on the Evilswarm monsters, that gives you options to go for Evilswarm XYZs. And surprise, surprise, they don't suck. They're actually really, really good in a lot of situations. So, yeah, I'm just going to start out with the extra deck right now. Currently, I'm playing one Chimera attack. I just really don't want to get angry at Gears and Gadget decks and Karakuri decks and blah, blah, blah. So Chimera attack is there for me. Stardust for that Starlight Road. That's probably the only special summoning of a high-leveled monster that I end up doing in this deck. I'm thinking about adding in a second Starlight Road or a Dark Bribe. If I add in a second Starlight Road, then definitely, maybe I'll consider a second Stardust in the extra deck, but for the time being, I'm only playing one. In terms of the XYZs, everything's pretty much generic. The only thing you really need to know is the Evilswarm XYZs. What I mean by generic is majority of it looks like Maystroke, the Symphony, the Djinn, and all that stuff. So, you know, there's something that I play as well. In terms of the Evilswarm XYZs, I play one Bahamut. If you don't know what it does, it takes 2 level 4 Evilswarm or Steel Swarm monsters to create. Then once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card to target one face-up monster your opponent controls. You discard one Evilswarm or a Steel Swarm monster from your hand, and then you take control of that target. And that's a permanent take. I've taken things like a Judgment Dragon at one point. I've taken my opponent's Zen mains as well. There was this one game that I won just last night, actually, where I took my opponent's Leviathan. He made a Leviathan turn 1, and he ended there. He didn't set anything. I summoned Rabbit. He allowed it. I got 2 Heliotropes. I overlaid the Heliotropes. I made Bahamut. I took his Leviathan, and then I attacked for 2350, 2500, and then I set some back row. I ended, and then he started his turn. He went Night Beam, and then he just surrendered. So that was pretty cool. I don't know, this card comes in, it really gives more purpose to your Evilswarm monsters, in a sense, and I'll go into that later as well. Currently, I'm playing Evilswarm Nightmare. I'm still a little bit iffy about this card. I may actually take it out. But if you do decide to play this card, you might want to also look at, Thanatos. Both require just 2 level 4 dark monsters, which the Evilswarm monsters are, so that's why you're able to go for them. Just one, basically Book of Moons, special summon monsters, and the other one protects you from monster effects. Obviously, one has higher attack than the other, and Nightmare has more defense than Thanatos does, so I don't know. Either play one of them or none of them. That's basically how I'm going to look at it. Double Ophion, amazing card. Probably MVP of the whole deck. 2 level 4 Evilswarm or Steelswarm monsters to create this. While this card is face up on the field with XYZ material, neither player can special summon a level 5 or higher monster. So that's pretty awesome. That works against Junk and various other decks as well that want to do their stupid special summoning. Malefics without their stupid skill drain. Ophion's gonna go off. Let's see you summon your big shit now. So, I don't know. It's just really good. What makes it even better, though, is once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. You can add one infestation spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. So far, the only one that's been seeing play in Evilswarm Rabbits has been the Infestation Pandemic Infection. So they can automatically search that out. And what Infestation Pandemic Infection does, it's actually just a Forbidden Lance for your Evilswarm monsters that you currently control on the field, without the minusing of the attack. So basically, the turn that you activate this, your Evilswarm monsters are fully protected from spells and traps, and it's just absolutely amazing. And then Ouroboros. Everyone knows Ouroboros. Everyone's been playing Ouroboros in many, many decks just because it really doesn't take Evilswarm monsters to create. It just takes any 3 level 4 monsters, so it kind of has that Shockmaster requirement as well. So, you know, and it has 3 effects. You can only use each of them once, but his effects can be quite devastating for the most part. So, I don't know. Really good stuff. So there's the extra for now. In terms of the main, triple Heliotrope. That's your other rabbit target. There's actually a lot to say about Heliotrope. For one, he's at 1950 attack, so he's not that bad to draw. If you do draw him, he's relatively big. He can get over things like Thunder King, which is increasingly popular today, and various other things as well. If you do manage to go rabbit into 2 Heliotrope, you can actually overlay both Heliotropes to create a generic rank 4 or a Evilswarm rank 4 monster. Or, if you happen to draw a Heliotrope for whatever reason, and you find no use for him, you can actually use him in conjunction with Bahamut's effect in terms of when you have to discard an Evilswarm monster, Heliotrope might be used for that. And if anything, Heliotrope plus Evilswarm Castor could automatically lead to an instant rank 4 XYZ of whatever. So, I don't know. Heliotrope is really, really, really good. Triple Sabersaurus, that's your other rabbit target. Unfortunately, you have to have another one. So yeah, Sabersaurus is it. 1900 attack, pretty good. And then the fact that you can still go for Logia and stuff, really good as well. Currently I'm playing Triple Castor. I thought about what to replace the 3rd rabbit with for a while, and then I settled for the 3rd Castor in the end. The 3rd Castor, usually, as long as you have another Evilswarm monster in your hand, that leads to an instant XYZ of some kind anyways. So it's, I don't know, kind of up there with Rabbit in a sense. I never use Castor to attack. Sometimes I will, but those are in really, really rare situations. Every time I summon this thing, I'll always have a plan of an XYZ of some kind. I play 1 Olanta. A lot of people who play Evilswarm Rabbits right now actually play Salamandra, and I get it. I get why they play Salamandra. For one, it's Evilswarm, so it works with a bunch of things in the deck. 2, up to twice per turn, you can actually banish 1 monster from your graveyard, and this card gains 300 attack until your opponent's next end phase. So it can actually get over some pretty difficult things, and the fact that it's also a dinosaur, it could actually make your third Sabersaurus more lively. So, I get that, but I just wanted to try Olanta for the time being. Olanta's kind of like a exiled force, but not really. It's the same in the sense that it can tribute itself to target a monster on the field and destroy it. But where it differs is Exiled Force can also destroy face down, as where Evilswarm Olanta can only destroy face up. And I don't know. It's alright. It gets rid of annoying monsters, and at the same time, it also counts as an Evilswarm monster, so I can use it in conjunction with Castor, Bahamut, all that stuff. So, yeah. I run double Thunderbird. Thunderbird is quite amazing as well. Especially against newer players. For some reason, newer players don't like to read cards. For whatever reason, maybe they think the text is too long. Like, if you're that lazy, do not play. Like, really, you don't know how much times I summoned this in the past, and my opponent would go bottomless. And I'd be like, okay, effect, vanish. And then the next standby phase, it comes back. Like, I just find it quite hilarious. I don't know, it's pretty awesome. It baits out a lot of things in most cases, I suppose. I run double Maxi, just for the time being, just to see where the game goes. I've seen a lot of duels, especially like online on videos and stuff, where Maxi has proven to be quite beneficial. So there you go. I did my work. I did my research a little bit. And then I play double Rabbit, obviously. So for the time being, obviously, as you can see this, I'm not playing Tour Guide. I don't plan to implement Tour Guide into this for a while, if maybe at all. So do not suggest Tour Guide for the time being. And also to that, I remember posting this a long time ago on a forum where I told people not to suggest Tour Guide to a certain deck, and then one person came in, what about Phantom Sky Blaster? And I'm just like, just leave. So that's the monsters. In terms of spells, I play one Dark Hole. I don't know, I played the Dark Hole just because lately I've been in duels where my opponents sit on floaters, marshmallows, goddammit, and then a bunch of mill decks as well. I faced some weird shit. And then there are times where your opponent can just, like, wreck you with their field, and Dark Hole is just really just a refresher. Yes, it can potentially get rid of some of your stuff, but obviously if I'm more in control with the duel, I'm not just going to throw down a Dark Hole. So I play one Infestation Pandemic Infection. I'm actually thinking about bumping this up to 2. If I do bump this up to 2, I may take out one card in the deck. But I don't know. I play triple MST, and then I play double Pot of Duality. In terms of traps, I play double Bottomless, triple Macrocosmos, one Solemn Judgment, and then double Warning and a Starlight. I've yet to really figure out what I want the other ones to be yet. Like, I am testing a couple things here and there, like Dimensional Prisons, Compulsories, blah 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 blah. So, I don't know, for the time being, I don't really have anything for sure in there yet, I suppose. So yeah, that's it. That's Evil Swarms for this new format. Alright, that's it. Bye everyone.